Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. Only one must say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. Only one must say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody sweat the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as
Hello, bonjour, San Bonani. Welcome to Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so significant to have a positive mindset, especially under these circumstances, under this COVID-19 pandemic. So this network has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. My name is Nompumelelo Rial Konene, and I'm going to be your host for today. So if you're watching us online, please feel free to put in the chat box where you're watching us from and what you hope to achieve from today's podcast. Today, we are surrounded by greatness in the World Wide Web. We have amazing speakers who's going to share some nuggets on how to rise from mediocrity into greatness. In Washington, D.C., we have Eric Collier. And in Trinidad and Tobago, we're gonna have Michelle Borrell. And in Israel, Jerusalem, we have Slomo Nash. At this moment, I'll let our speakers to introduce themselves. So you can go ahead, Eric.
Hello, everyone. I am really excited to be here. Thank you. And trust me, I'm working on the name. Nompumelelo Riel Kanene, the real. I am so ecstatic about being here, able to join you and the team at Rise for Greater Heights. Thank you for the invite. And it's great meeting you, Shlomo, as well. And I know Michelle is going to be awesome.
Go ahead, Slomo.
My name is Shlomo Nash from Jerusalem. I am also, Eric, so excited to be with the Queen, right, Riel, and the Rise to Greater Heights. So special, so much of an opportunity. It's amazing how we can be so far away and yet we're so close. So it's really, really special. I truly believe that we can do something, amazing about helping people getting, actually I'm helping people in a lot of different ways, motivating them and also helping them with getting healthier. And it's just a tremendous opportunity that I'm able to be with you, Riel, and spend some time and really learn from each other and to shoot for the moon. So that's what we're gonna do together. I'm excited.
Yes. That's amazing. We're here to shoot for the moon. That's amazing. Okay, in Washington, D.C., like I've said, we have Eric Collier. He's going to be our first speaker. Eric Collier is a Les Brown certified speaker who delivers a resounding high energy message to connect, empower, and inspire. His mission is to impress his mission is to express the importance of maintaining a mentally tough mindset, whether working towards a goal, identifying your life's purpose, or fighting through adversity. Eric attributes his mental toughness as key to overcoming challenges that could have rendered him another one of life's statistics, including growing up in a divorced and blended family, living in an environment of domestic violence and addiction, being cast from his parents' homes, along with other hardships. His catchphrase says, "I just keep pushing because nobody's gonna do it for me." It helps him stay on track during the difficult times. A veteran, Eric served in the Army Reserve and the US Navy. His military experience and background has led to a successful career of 20 plus years in the defense intelligence community. He was awarded and recognized as a proven leader. Eric knows the importance of teamwork, coaching, and personal development. As a father and a grandfather, he believes it is important to be a positive influence and to lead by example in his role of developing future leaders. So kings and queens, help me to welcome Eric Collier.
Thank you. I'm about ready to applaud myself. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you for it. As I said, I'm really excited about being here with you today. And I'm somebody who, at the age of 30, I'm 51, getting ready to turn 52. At the age of 30, it was brought to my attention that I was on a hamster wheel going nowhere. I was getting up every day in my daily grind, going to work, coming home, doing the same thing every night, and not getting any results towards achieving some goals that I had or that I needed to have in my future. In fact, it was brought to my realization that I didn't really have any goals. And so at that moment, when he slapped me in my face, the guy that stood in front of me and said, "Hey, you're not going anywhere in life because you haven't done anything the last 5 years. You're not doing anything right now, and you're doing the same thing over and over again." So at that moment, I had to realize, and I want everybody to write this down, please, commit to living a larger life. That's something that I had to do. I had to commit to living a larger life because I had to realize that my life was too big and my dreams were too big. First, I needed to take a look at how I was operating. You know, I was letting some people down, not just myself, but I was letting my wife, my kids down because I really wasn't focusing on anything towards our future. So where we were going to be 5, 10, 15 years from now, we were going to be in the same situation we were when I was 30. So I had to start taking over and taking control of who I was, understanding that I'm under construction for life. And I want everybody to understand that we are under construction for life. We weren't put on here to be perfect. We have things that we have to work through. And so in doing so, we got to take over what we got inside of us. You know, we have these gifts and goals. And I like to say, hello, gifted one. You're struggling because you have this person inside of you that you're battling. And that battle within the old African proverb that says, when there's no enemy within, the world outside can't harm us. We're allowing that battle within to defeat us. And that battle within is between the old you and the new you. The old you is trying to hold you back into that comfort zone that you've been in, the one that doesn't want to take risks, the one that says everything is all right where we're at. We're making enough money. We'll get out of this sooner or later. Things will change. Somebody will knock on the door and help us out. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not the case. The person that's going to help you out is you, and you have to take care of that. You have to take responsibility of that. You have to take control of that. And so you have to let go of the old you so that you can introduce yourself to the new you. The new you, gifted one, I'm telling you. The new you is ready to take you to heights you've never even imagined. The new you is going to come out with this new vision for your life. You know, I know you've given up on some of the dreams you had, thinking that dreams are for the young. Man, I'm telling you, you're never too old to dream. You're never too old to accomplish some things that you've always thought you could do. So don't give up on yourself. Start doing what you can today so that you can have tomorrow what others won't. And I want you to be serious about it. Many times we get started on things and we're not serious. We don't follow it through. One of my favorite poems says, when you're going through a storm, plant your feet, lift your chin, and take a brace. You've got to take control of things. You got to face it head on. My question that was always asked of me growing up, are you a man or are you a mouse? That's huge, because a man will stand up and face his problems head on. A mouse will run and hide, waiting on things to go away. And I'm telling you, problems don't go away. They're waiting on you when you come out. And the reason why, those problems have been given to you to become stronger. And trust me, no matter how bad the problem, the better the story is, because you got to dig deep inside of you to bring yourself out of it. And when you focus on what you can control, which is your reactions and your effort, all this other stuff, the noise that's going on around us, doesn't matter, because you focus on what you can control. And when you get to the other side of that, you know, a seed has to come up through the dirt to start growing. And that's what you're doing right now. You're going through the dirt to start growing. And it's a lifetime process. It's going to take you over failure after failure, success after success, and you're going to start the process over. And one of the things you're definitely going to have to do is renew the mind. Scripture tells us you got to renew the mind. If you don't change the way you're thinking, you're going to keep doing the same things you've been doing. Muhammad Ali, one of my favorites, said that a man at 50 who thinks the way he did at 25 has wasted 25 years of his life. I know you don't want that to be you. So I'm encouraging you to transform your mind, start transforming your life, and things are going to get a lot better for you. So with that, I want you to just keep pushing. It's going to get hard. It's designed that way. It's not an easy process. I love what a lot of the businessmen that I've met over the last year, and even Les Brown says, it's not an overnight process. If you want to call it 20 years or 25 years in the making, an overnight process, so be it. But it's going to take you a while to get things done. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you, because I can get going for this on days, but I want everybody to keep pushing, commit to living in a larger life, and just keep pushing.
Great job.
Just keep pushing, because no one is going to do it for you. Just keep pushing.
That's right.
Wow, that was profound. That was profound, Eric. Thank you so much for sharing such a timely message. This is needed, more especially in this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So our next speaker is going to be Shlomo Nash. Shlomo Nash is from Jerusalem, the Holy Land. He is a father of 7 beautiful children and 6 grandchildren. He likes to tell his wife that he is like 28 years old. But guess what? His wife doesn't believe him. Shlomo was brought up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, went to the University of Minnesota and received a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Economics and started a law school. He changed his life from pursuing law to pursue his passion of being a tour guide in the Holy Land and being a professional motivational speaker, transforming people's lives around the world. During the pandemic, he is helping people getting healthier all around the world from the convenience of his home. He believes our lives are a gift to the world, that we need to be the gift that we were born to be. So kings and queens, help me to welcome Shlomo Nash.
Wow, I am so excited to be here after Eric talking about, transformation and failure and how we have to fail our way to success. I think it's Winston Churchill that says that we need courage. Courage is going from failure to failure without losing excitement and enthusiasm. So that's really so true. And I think that can give us a lot of strength to push ourselves and to go further. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's just really a pleasure, to be able to spend time and to tell you a little bit, about my story, about my inspiration, and to share it with you. And I hope that it'll give you some additional strength. Okay. So when I think about my life, and my being here, I consider myself really a miracle. You see, let me share something with you as you think about your goals and your dreams. And I don't know you, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, but what I do know is I think you want something more. I think you want something more than being average. We want to try and strive for more, like we said a few minutes earlier, to shoot for the moon. We want to go further, So we want something more. And I know that God has something more in mind for me and also for you, okay? So when you might be looking at me, you could think, that I could be a successful lawyer or doctor, as Riel was mentioning, but I'm really a miracle. And I'll tell you why. Because, you see, my father, when he was 15 and a half years old, and I want you to imagine, looking back when you were 15 and a half years old, what kind of childhood you had, I really don't know. But my father, when he was 15 and a half years old, ladies and gentlemen, he was standing with 18 other children on a firing squad in Nazi Germany. He was standing on a firing squad ready to be killed, ready to be eliminated, ready to be wiped off the face of the earth. Before the German officer said, ready, aim, before he said fire, my father at 15 and a half years old, he jumped in the pit. He's sitting in the pit, ladies and gentlemen, with all of the bodies, all the blood on top of him. It was only with the grace of God that he was saved. So, ladies and gentlemen, all of my life, I was brought up to follow in my father's ways, to do all the things that he could never do, to have the education that he never had because it was stolen from him. So I went to college and I went to law school and I started law school. And before I decided to be a lawyer, I wanted to find out, ladies and gentlemen, what is it like to be a lawyer, a criminal lawyer, because that was what I was interested in. So I went to go speak to And I asked him, I said, what is it like to be a criminal lawyer? And he told me, he said, Shlomo, he told me about one time when there was someone who came into his office and spoke to him and said to him that there was a gentleman who came in, and he could see from this person, he could see that he was 100% guilty for killing someone. And he told me, Shlomo, I got this guy off. I broke this system. I was successful in terms of breaking the system and doing this. And ladies and gentlemen, I said to myself, whoa. I said to myself, no, no, no. I am not going to live the life for someone else. My sense of integrity and courage and willpower, I said in my fortitude, I said, no, I am not going to live the life for someone else. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, that you also have that sense of courage and willpower and fortitude not to live the life for someone else, to live your own life, to say it's possible. Say together with me, it's possible, ladies and gentlemen. It's possible to live our dreams. It's possible for us to do something more. It was the same grace of God that saved my father who was in that pit, saved me from following that way. You see, when you work on a job, it's something you get paid for. But when you work on your mission, your purpose, your calling, it's something you're made for, ladies and gentlemen. You see, you're a masterpiece because you're a piece of the master, as my mentor, Les Brown, says, okay? And he says, leap and grow your wings on the way down. I know for myself, my life was not just to work on a job. I want to be able to help other people. You know, it's Henry David Thoreau says that don't go where there's no path, but create a path and go in and leave a trail. I want to leave a trail. Riel, I want to leave a trail for others to follow, to be able to help others, because I believe I was saved so I could save other people as well. Especially during this difficult time with the COVID-19. There are so many people who are in a difficult situation. They might be evacuating from their residence. They might be losing their jobs, losing their livelihood. A very cold situation, very dark. They might be in a pit, but I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that you will be out from that pit. There's a transformation. Life is a transformation. And it reminds me of Joseph from the Bible, because Joseph from the Bible, he was hated by his brothers. His father preferred him and gave him a special cloak, and he was thrown into a pit. His brothers threw him into that pit, and that pit was very dark, and it was cold, I'm sure, and there were snakes and scorpions in that pit. But he got out, and he was sold into Egypt. And then he went and he was in a dungeon, and it was another transformation, another difficulties. But in the end, ladies and gentlemen, he became second to the king in all of Egypt. And he was in charge of all of the food, to give all the food to everyone. And it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, because my father's name is Joseph. And this is Joseph from the Bible. And Joseph in the Bible had many dreams. And my father also had many dreams. And Joseph in the Bible was in that pit. And my father was in that pit. And that's what gives me so much strength, ladies and gentlemen, because knowing that my father, even though he was in the pit and really had no livelihood, there was nothing for him, all of these bodies on top of him, and somehow he got out from that pit. And he brought greatness to this world. And Joseph from the Bible got out from that pit, and he was sold, and he became the second to the king. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that you will get out from your situation. You will get out from that pit, because life is a transformation, and we can change, and we can get out from situations. So that's what I want you to say to yourself. It's possible. It's possible to do something more, to not to be average. We have a responsibility and a duty, an obligation for ourselves and for our families to do more, to be more, because we have the ability to do it. You see, my name is Shlomo. The S, it stands for step outside of yourself. Go further. The H stands for hold yourself, ladies and gentlemen, to a higher standard. The L stands for live life with conviction, with meaning, with purpose, with passion. The O stands for our lives are a gift to the world. Be the gift that you were intended to be. The M stands for master something you love. And invest in yourself, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the best investment we can have for ourselves. This is what Benjamin Franklin says. And the O stands for only quality people. Surround yourself with only quality people, as Les Brown says, my mentor. So just one last thing with respect to Les Brown. He's an amazing person. He's my mentor. And I feel very privileged. In fact, today, Rial, is his birthday. So we can say to him, happy birthday to Les Brown. He's impacted so many people around the world. It's really, really amazing. I should be wearing red because he loves red for Mickey Mouse. But one thing that, you see, you did it. That's excellent, Rial. But one thing very interesting, he was born in an abandoned building in Liberty City in Florida. And really, he didn't even know who his mother was. He had no success that was in his trail. And yet something happened to him and it changed his life one day. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that one day can change our life. One day he went into a classroom looking for a friend. He goes in the classroom looking for a friend. The teacher, Mr. Washington, he calls on him and he says, young boy, go to the board and figure out the problem. He says, I'm sorry, sir, I can't do that. He says, why? He says, I'm not in your class. He says, do it anyway. He says, sir, I can't do that. And all of the children inside the classroom start laughing, Rial. And they're laughing and saying, he's DT. And Mr. Washington says, what is DT? And the children say, he's the dumb twin. He has another brother, Wesley, he's the smart one. But Leslie, he's the dumb one. He doesn't know anything. He's mental retarded. And Mr. Les Brown says, yes, I am, sir. And Mr. Washington comes out from his desk and he looks at Les Brown in the eyes and he says to him, don't you ever say that to yourself again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to determine your reality. And from that day on, ladies and gentlemen, he changed his life and he realized he could be the clay and he could be the sculptor and he could change his life and he could invest in himself. And what he did, he started motivating people all around the world and major corporations of Exxon and Google and McDonald's Corporation and people all around the world, millions of people. And I have the tremendous opportunity and pleasure to be able to be his mentor, for him to be my mentor, as well as John Tallarico. So I have a tremendous amount of thankfulness for that. And one thing he says, as I'll conclude, is he says, shoot for the moon, because even if we miss, ladies and gentlemen, we will land amongst the stars. We're going to shoot for the moon together. Rial, you're shooting for the moon with this special platform that you have. And it's a tremendous opportunity that we're able to be here. And I want you to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that life is a transition. We have the strength. We have great qualities in ourselves. This is a time for us to invest in ourselves and to do more, because we can do much, much more. It's possible. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, Rial, to share some of my story with the world. Right.
Wow. That was profound. Thank you so much, Slomo, for the fact that you've brought the story of Joseph from prison to presidency. That was a profound, profound story. And you've also mentioned that we have an obligation, responsibility, and duty to ourselves and our families not to settle for a mediocre life.
Yeah.
So we are in charge of our lives. We're in control of this. This is a profound message. Thank you. Thank you so much, Slomo. And welcome, welcome, Michelle. I hope you are ready. And I know you were the first one to log in here because of Trinidad and the Tobago time. It's way, way ahead of the mountain time. So I forgive you for being late. I hope you are ready because you're going to be the next speaker, girl. You're going to be the next speaker. So Michelle Borrell is an author, poet, writer, and a broadcaster, and also a marketer from Trinidad and Tobago. In 2018, her book, Soul Spection, a collection of poetry, won the Booker's Lit Fest Newsday's Book of the Year People's Choice. Her iconic voice is well known throughout the Caribbean for having launched various brands and being the voice ID for several radio stations. Her radio home is Ojo TTRN. Borrell has also executive produced, marketed, and hosted Triple F Fashion and Food with Friends. This wife and a proud mother of four is currently a marketer and holds the position of brand manager for two international brands for both Barbados and Trinidad. She reminds her readers and listeners, put passion in action, and when you wake up, ensure your dreams wake up with you. In the not too distant past, Michelle wet her feet in the theater arena. She's also an active motivational speaker. She loves connecting with her fans and does so across all social media platforms. So, kings and queens, help me to welcome Michelle Borrell.
I am muted.
We can't hear you, Michelle.
There you go. I had to press unmute. It's an honor to be here and to be in the presence of greatness. Real, thank you so very much for this invitation. It truly is an honor. And yes, I was the first one on, and no, the first shall be last, right? Because I am the last one to sign on. But Sweet Souls, I thank you so very much for your light and its warmth. It is truly a pleasure to be able to connect with you. And there's a reason why we're here together, because we have something in common that is just drawing us together like magnets. And the amazing thing about all of this, it's not anything that I'm going to talk about that you don't know. I'm sure you can recall a time in which you said something and that thing you said came to be. You're looking back on a present situation, and if you think about it, you would realize it's a manifestation of the words that you would have been painting this picture that is your present reality into being. So I want you to get these words from Florence Scovel Shinn. Florence Scovel Shinn, she says that your words are your wand. So if you can write that in the comment section at this time, your words are your wand. And with your words being your wand, we remind ourselves that we shape our world with our words. Now, there was a time in my life in which everything felt like it was just going haywire. And in looking back on that, I realized it's because I was not using the words that would have powered and shaped my world and have me live the life that I desire to live and I wish to live. So if you want to live a different life, you have to speak different words. Not always are we able to control our thoughts. Sometimes the thoughts that we think, it could be inspired on the environment that we're in at the present time, something that we may have heard, we may be driving down the road, hear something on the radio, and just different things may spark different thoughts. But what we can control would be our words. So while Florence Scovel Shinn says our words are our wand, there's something that I do with words, and I realize if at a personal moment, at the present moment, or any situation, you're at a place in which you don't desire to be, your words must become your sword. And isn't it amazing when we look at how words are, the whole idea that they call it spelling? If we take now words and we move that S from the end to the beginning of the word words, we realize our words are our sword. And we need to use our words to fight. How many times have person said certain things to you and you just accept it? And the thing is, we don't just accept it. We need to now use our words to fight against it, and not fight against it negatively, but bringing positivity into the situation in terms of speaking what you wish to exist into being. And there are three things that I want us to remember about speaking. And those three things that I want us to remember about speaking would be, first things first, we must speak positively about ourselves and to ourselves. Speak positively about others and to others, because words are like boomerangs. Everything that we're speaking, it is part of what is painting the picture, the next picture that we will see before us. The second thing I want us to remember about words and speaking would be that we must speak not of the situation, but to the situation. Speak from a place of power. Don't speak of the situation, speak to it. Say to this day, it shall be great, and that it shall be. The third thing that I want us to remember when it comes to speaking and about words, it would be that we need to now understand, after the first thing, not speaking about, but to, not speaking of, but to, we need to then speak in the present tense, speak as if it already exists and that it is. And there's something wonderful and amazing about children that I just love. Growing up, just think of what you wanted to be. Think of the words that you would have spoken. Think of when someone told you, okay, when you're older, what would you like to do? And you would have all of these dreams that you would list, certain things that were just on the tip of your tongue, your lips and your teeth that you would just passionately express. And you would realize in some way, shape, or form, you are living the things that you have spoken at this present moment. So when speaking of something that you desire, speak as if it already exists. So with those three things, as we understand with speaking, and in speaking the present tense, speaking positively, and speaking not of, but to the situation, I want us to write this in the comment section. And it's a 2-letter word, and it's be. Because be, here's what it is when we're speaking, when we're using our words. We must now, one, be, live, be emotive. We have to feel it. I know many of us would know this popular book, Think and Grow Rich. But as Stuart Wilde said, he said, we have to feel and grow rich. We have to feel it. You know, sometimes you just have this sensation, this feeling in your gut, this sensing, this knowing, even before something occurred. And everyone else may be telling you nay, but something inside you says yay. We need to feel it. So when we're using our words to power and to shape our world, we need to feel it. So believe, be emotive. And the third be active. We need to then put that into action, put that passion into action, as I often say, put passion into action, because it's everything that you love, everything that you're passionate about. The first thing that you think about when you wake up in the morning and you would go to sleep, still probably doing something that you love. It's that thing that is going to help you feel and grow rich, feel and grow rich, not only in material things, but rich in every sense of the meaning of being rich in terms of your feelings, rich in terms of your ideas, rich in terms of the relationships that you have around you, rich in terms of your environment and your surroundings, rich as well in things. And we often have the term that thoughts become things, but we shape our world with our words. So also when it comes to words and when it comes to right thinking, I want us to always remember that right action plus right emotion will give you right manifestation. So it's about your intention, firstly. It's about your action. It's about your emotion. It's about all of these coming together to give you the right manifestation. So I want us to now speak some positive words. So in the comment section, I want you to say, I am in the right place at the right time, and right things come my way. I am in the right place at the right time, and right things come my way. I am in the right place at the right time, and right things come my way. It's amazing. Even when I think about this very moment, I logged on at 9 my time. But if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have had this experience in knowing that that wasn't the right time. But somehow still, even though I was late, it just slid in perfectly into place, and I came at the right time to hear the right words from Shlomo Nash, who was speaking some very positive things that just gave me the fuel that I needed to come and fit into the right place at the right time to experience all of these right things with the right people, forming the right connections, having the right audience. And it's amazing how we can use our words to shape our world, to power our day. Many times for descriptions, you would realize growing up, a child does something. Someone might say, that child is absolutely stubborn. But another person would say, that child has a mind of his or her own. I remember my niece came to spend time with us. And in the West Indies, very often, parents would use descriptions that we can use something positive to describe a child, and we would use the negative side of a description describing the same thing. And I remember the elders in the family saying, she is stubborn. She does not want to do her work. And I said, that child is so smart. That child, my niece, she has a mind of her own. She is so bright. You can't just give her something because she needs to know that she knows that she knows so that she's able to do it. And I sat and I had a conversation with her. And this little girl did some amazing things with her work. Such amazing things that I must say her name, because names, as we understand words, they're so powerful, because I feel every time you speak someone's name, you're speaking that meaning of their name into being and powering that intention behind their name up. So my darling niece Samaya was able to do some amazing things. So just think of it. Think as well about your very situation, this present moment, and don't speak of it. Speak to it. Power it up. Speak the life you want to live into being. Now, what's so amazing, you'll hear many millionaires and billionaires saying, even before they had any kind of wealth that people could see, they received that wealth, that abundance, firstly on the inside. You hear of many of them saying that they would sit in a vehicle that they wanted. Even before they had the money available for them to buy it, they would sit in it, they would feel what the interior is like. They would smell it. They would use all of their senses, and they would feel the feeling even before they feel the feeling. So it is amazing what words can do. And when I speak about words to sword, your words being your sword, there's an acronym that came to my mind just before I came here. And the acronym was, when it comes to words to sword, when en route, do speak. Speak words of real depth. Speak words of real depth in understanding that you don't speak of the situation, but to the situation. Speak words of real depth. And that means that you don't just say it, but you feel it. And in remembering the 3 B's, believe, be emotive, be active. In terms of believing, in terms of seeing, in terms of right intention and using your words. One of my favorite books reminds us that in Genesis, one of my favorite books, which would be Genesis 13, 14 to 17, reminded us in the story of Abraham. Before he became Abraham and was still known as Abram, he was told, he said, look as far as your eyes can see. It's as far as your eyes can see, but not necessarily your physical eyes. But what are you seeing in terms of the mental picture? So I hope that you will make that decision, as our sister says, rise to greater heights and use words to power and shape your world. Say to this day, it shall be great, and that it shall be. Thank you so very much, sweet soul. I thank you for your light and its warmth. Hope you my
Wow. Wow, that was profound. I am in the right place with the right people, and I believe that right things are coming my way. That was profound.
Yes.
Michelle, thank you so much for such a timely message. And of course, affirmations do work. I am this, I am that.
Yes.
They do work. They work wonders. I was hoping that
Yes.
you're gonna touch bases on dropping the E and go, but today you didn't bring it up. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
No
My
problem.
pleasure. It's such an honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to be the next speaker. Oh my goodness, all the speakers have shared some nuggets on how you can rise from mediocrity into greatness. Wow, wow. I am really surrounded by greatness today, and it's such a great honor. So my name is Riel, and I am an energetic professional speaker. I am also the author to Rise to Greater Heights book, which is a comprehensive guide to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. I am also a mentor coach, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. I believe that we're in full control of our own choices. So my title, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. So as I wear many hats as a professional certified sales manager, esthetician, philanthropist, certified travel counselor, international human rights consultant, and a commissioner for arts, following my dreams, it gave me to see my goals through and understand that I do have everything around me to reach to my full potential. So my everyday message is that knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can make your dreams come true. My everyday message is that is found in Hebrews 11, Psalms 27, and Psalms 40, and it keeps me to rise to greater heights. So to our viewers online, please feel free if you have any questions for any of the speakers today, just put in the chat box and then we're going to attend to your questions at the end of the podcast. But before I continue, I just want to double check if I'm in the right platform here. How many of you with a raise up can say that, Riel, I have never, ever complained in life. Never, ever complained in life. Seemingly I'm in the right platform because sometimes in life we go complaining about everything. Oh, the weather is really bad today. Traffic was worse than expected. My family drives me crazy sometimes. Oh, the movie was really disappointing. You name it. Though whining can be a way to build an inspiration, it can also keep us from acting. And it gives excuses time to procrastinate from achieving goals. One thing I've realized is that we usually complain in the wake of a negative situation. We tend to focus more on the problem than finding potential solutions. It's always much easier to complain than to find a solution. And individuals who whine on a regular basis, they are apt to have a bad health. So next time we'll find you complaining that, why do pizzas come in square boxes? Yet they're round. And funny enough, they are cut in triangles. Does that sound like you? Yeah. Please write this down. Write this down. What's holding me back? What's holding me back from going confident in the direction of my dreams? What's holding me back from achieving my goals? Is it fear, mediocrity, procrastination, or distraction? Kings and queens, it's so essential to assess your goals' progress. What's holding you back from achieving the goals that you've set 6 months ago? Setting and achieving big goals can be difficult sometimes. We all have dreams we're hoping to achieve in our careers. But sometimes it feels like there is something just standing in the way. How many of you have ever experienced doubts that transformed into fears? Say I. Because doubting yourself can hold you back from living an amazing life. It's very easy to fear being judged and being worried about what others think. In fact, it actually stops you from acting. making you afraid to even take the first step. Good people, you don't have to see the whole staircase to get to the top, but you have to take the first step to get there. As my mentor Les Brown says that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great in life. So just stop letting fears to hold you back from achieving your dreams, from living an amazing life. The only remedy that cures your fears is action. So go for your goals and succeed, because you can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. Can you say this after me? I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Can you say it one more time, like as if you're believing in your own powerful voice? I can have the drive within me to get what I really want in life. Because Barack Obama once said that the future rewards those who press on. I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on. So like Eric said, that just keep pushing, because nobody's going to do it for you. It's only you who can do it. I so wish you can just tell yourself that, you know what, in this world that I live in, I'll have to make a difference. To those around me, I'll have to make a difference. To those who look at me as an inspiration, I'll have to make a difference. But in order for you to make that difference, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry like the hungry lion in the jungle. That hungry lion in the jungle, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes this way. It doesn't matter if you're that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. Lunch to that hungry lion. And it's so funny because even with elephants, when they see a lion, what they do, they just run. It's all about the mindset. Once you tell yourself, you become. They told themselves that I'm a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I see a lion, I'll have to run. I believe that's the mindset that we need for us to rise from mediocrity into greatness. It's so funny, my mom and dad, they gave me this beautiful name. I know many people, they have hard time saying it, but this name, Nompumelelo, it means mother of success in my own language. So you can tell that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. Because the reality is your journey to be a better person starts with you. Knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. So you'll have to be in full control of your life. As flight attendants always say that in order for you to help the next person next to you, you'll have to put on your oxygen mask first. Because if you don't, you and the other person could possibly go down. So I believe that if you have a dream, just conduct yourself like you have faith in your own powerful voice. And guess what? It will echo throughout the universe. Like Slomo mentioned, that we have an obligation to ourselves and our families not to settle for an average life, but we'll have to try and chase after success. We'll have to try and rise to greater heights. If there is anything humankind has learned about behaviors, is that who you are and will be is 100% down to you. So never ever give up in life. Treat every phase towards your visions as an achievement. This is about becoming more in harmony with your deeper self. And you may ask me why. Because you cannot produce if you're not true to yourself. It was Nick Vujicic who said, I encourage you to accept that you may not be able to see the path right now, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Honestly, this message stirred something within me. So good people, this is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call, but when that alarm clock goes off, don't ever hit the snooze button. I know what I'm talking about here. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up and get going and search for a mentor or coach who can help you? Because you need a mentor or a coach to be aligned with your goals in life. My advice for those interested in mentorship is that being mentored is one of the most valuable and effective development opportunities you can ever get. If I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve maybe in the next 6 months? I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this in the chat box right now. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights. Because you need to be clear about your career goals for you to gain guidance on professional development. You must be clear about what you hope to get from mentorship to become more empowered to make decisions. Exposure to new ideas and ways of thinking can improve your self-confidence, because mentors or coaches want to see movement and growth. I like the way Michelle always say that you'll have to drop the E and go, of which means you'll have to drop the ego from you so that you can go. So coaching is the same thing. Coaching or mentorship is designed to support you to feel aligned and to achieve your desired results. So as a coach or mentor, my goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you may face. And then I design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. As my everyday book says that, set your mind for things above, not on things on this earth. So being aware of your mindset will allow you to be in full control of your life. Please write this down. Write this down. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. If I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set maybe for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for the future, but here's one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that God has better plans for every one of us. Your objective is what you are designed for, and the reason why you live today. With God, I believe that we're all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gift and following God's idea will make you understand that you have everything around you to make your dreams come true. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, I know it's his birthday today, and we're going to be celebrating him tonight. He once said, if he had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what goals, what talents, what skills, and what books will die with you? And he also continued that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the dreams, all the visions, all the goals have been buried. I really don't know about you, but with me, listening to this message, it gave me sleepless nights. And I am really, really proud today to introduce Rise to Greater Heights book before you. This is a comprehensive guide to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so significant to have a positive mindset, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic. So this book has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. You can get this book for a family member or a loved one who just need that inspiration to face the world with a positive mindset. And by the way, Les Brown himself, he wrote the foreword in this book. And you'll be able to explore leadership, empowerment, being purpose-driven, mentorship, coaching, resilience to greatness, emotional intelligence, mental health, positive mindset, single parenting, spiritual growth, and many, many more topics. And I also have a free transformation guide for you to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It's available on my website, www.risetogreaterheights.com. You know, growing up, I didn't have much because my dad decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. But I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you so much, Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Nampumelelo Riel Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, amazing speakers. So to our amazing speakers, please feel free to share your final thoughts on how to rise from mediocrity into greatness before we wrap up. And I'm gonna go and check if we have any questions from our viewers. And you can also share how our audience can get in touch with you. And if you have any products or services that you want to offer to them, you can just share it at the moment. And if you have any website that you want to share, you can also post it on the YouTube channel so that our viewers can see. So any speaker can just go ahead and share final thoughts.
Well, I'll go ahead and start since I started the whole thing. I want to applaud you again on such a great network, as well as your book and going forth with what your vision is. And I'll leave everybody with this, and I'll say it simply like I do. Hello, gifted one. It's time. The time is now for you to start taking control of your life. And I call you gifted one because you are. And I know that is difficult for you to handle because subconsciously you never told yourself that. It was hard for me when I first heard somebody who didn't know me tell me that I had greatness in me. But you have to work on yourself. And when you start working on the way you talk to yourself, as Michelle said, our words are our sword. And as Shlomo said, you got to jump. It starts with you jumping. It starts with you working on yourself. It starts with you taking out advantage of the gifts that you were given. When you took your first breath, you had this gift that came to light, and it's your responsibility to bring that to the world. Only you can bring it. As Nomopelo said, only you can bring it to light and share those books, those songs, those businesses, save those hearts, heal those minds that you want to heal. And it's going to take you working on yourself. I know that it's going to be tough, but if you commit to living a larger life and you just keep pushing, it's going to happen to you. You've got to get up off the couch and stop telling yourself those lies, beliefs, and myths that you're not good enough, that you don't have the knowledge, that you don't have the money. You've got to tell yourself those are all lies. What happened to somebody else is not happening to me. That's not my reality. Don't buy into everybody else's belief. Go the path that is less traveled. That's where your success, your happiness is going to be. If you're waking up every Monday morning going, oh God, it's Monday, I got to go to work. Thank God it's Friday. We got the weekend off, but oh my goodness, my check is not going to make it. Something's got to be better. It's time for you to take charge of your life right now to change that. And you can do that. I want to work with anybody who is interested in taking serious control of their life over the next 100 days. You can go to my website at onemomentumshift.com. That's onemomentumshift.com. Click on Book Eric. Free sessions. We're going to work over the next 100 days. The next 100 days on shedding the old you to meet that new you. That is going to be key. That is going to unleash that battle that we have inside and allow us to walk with our head high and proud and be the master of our fate. And so go there, sign up, and I'll send you the details once I get your information. But look, gifted one, there's more out there than what you've been settling for. Stop playing small and start living a larger life. I'm Eric Collier. Great things are happening out there, but only if you commit to living a larger life and just keep pushing. Thank you.
Wow, that's really special. I take the opportunity now, Rial.
Yes.
Listening to you, Rial, it was very, very special. The rising to greater heights and listening to Eric, and saying that for example, I'm saying to myself, the old Shlomo, he doesn't exist anymore. He doesn't have an address. There's a new Shlomo, right? There's a new Michelle. There's a new Eric. We have to believe in ourselves. Yes. This is what we have to do. We have to really believe that we have every single thing that we need. Right. And work on ourselves, because that's investment. The best investment that we can make, ladies and gentlemen, is an investment in ourselves. So it's just so special to be on this platform with Eric and Michelle and Rial, of course. Michelle, I really like what you were saying. Act the way you want to be, and then you will be the way you want to act. We have to realize that we are amazing people because we're able to see the hotel that is built, Rial, before it's even started. Right, and that's the amazing ability of a human being. But we're able to see it. We're able to. If you believe it, then you can see it. Not if you see it, right? People think I have to see it and then I'll believe it. No, you believe it enough, then you will see it in reality. And that's what you were talking about, Michelle. And it's pretty amazing because we have to realize that we have every single thing that we need, and similar to what Eric was saying. So I feel very honored and privileged. I'm helping people, transforming people all around the world, helping them get to another place, in terms of where they were, and then getting to another place where they can get to a higher state and more strength. And I'm helping people also with respect to health. Health is so important, Rial, to take care of our health. In terms of eating properly, fruits and vegetables, and exercising properly, and of course our mind, but also our bodies. If we're not going to take care of our bodies, then we're going to be in a difficult situation. So I feel very privileged that I'm helping people around the world getting healthier with the Healthy Living Revolution. If you'd like to get in contact with me, you can see me on YouTube, Shlomo Nash, or on Facebook, right? And put down my website as well. So it's really been a pleasure to be a part of this special platform, Rial. I hope that you're going to continue, and once again, as Les Brown says, you have to shoot for the moon, because
Yes.
even if we miss, we're going to land amongst the stars. But we're going to even shoot further than the moon, because Rial, you said there's no stopping. We can go further, right? There's no stopping, right? If you think about it, if they would have said you're going to go to the moon, right? It would be something impossible. How could you do that? No, it's not impossible. We see it. You can believe it before we're going to see it. So I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that that you were able to get some special nuggets here and be able to get additional strength. And if I could be helpful in terms of coaching, it'd be my pleasure to be able to help you get to another stage and to shoot to the moon together. So thank you, Rial, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. I want to say, Eric, there are no mistakes. So although you said 100 years, I think it would really benefit those that coach with you for 100 years, because it would help not just this generation, but generations to come after. And I believe in what you're saying, Shlomo, that first you've got to believe it. With children, they say children make believe, but I believe it's really believe me, because they believe it and they play and they pretend and they make things happen. And it's something that we need to get back to. Sometimes we grow up, but we grow out of habits that we should have kept with us. And that childlike innocence in which they believe things are happening. They say thank you for gifts even before they receive it in hand. Your child comes to you and your child says, may I have so for Christmas? And my 8-year-old, she'll be like, thank you so much, mommy. Now, she would not have received the gift as yet, but it just got me thinking, especially observing how my mother would help train my children in terms of manners, something that we do as adults. If we're giving them a snack, we don't release the snack until they say thank you. So as they are getting ready to hold the snack, they say thank you even before they receive it. And very often, when we're able to see things, remember, the plan becomes before the building. Before we receive, we need to say thank you, because we believe that it will be made manifest. It is done. It is finished. It is yours. So long as you can see it, it is there. It is there. It is going to find a way, magical ways, but it's just meant to be there. That's why you're feeling it. That's why you're seeing it. And you just have to let it be. It's coming. As Rael said, in terms of something I would always say, which is when it comes to ego, as I believe that's partly what's keeping us back. Ego, drop the E and go. That E and ego representing emotions, when we allow emotions to control us instead of us controlling our emotions. And there's a piece I wrote on it. It's called You Shall Win. Ego says now. Spirit says wait. Spirit says love. Ego says hate. The real battle is within. Ego says me, spirit says we. Spirit says feel, ego says see. The real battle is within. Ego says speak, spirit says listen. Spirit says forgiven, ego says retribution. The real battle is within. Conquer self and you shall win. You shall win a great reward, more than what money can afford. Money can afford only things. Understand, we are spiritual beings. So with that, I thank you so very much for your time, for your warmth. It is a pleasure being here with the right people at the right time on the right platform. And if you wish to connect with me, I'll be happy to join with you in further building yourself. And it will be great if all 4 of us can work with you. Myself in particular, you can check me out on Instagram, Michelle Borrell. I'm also on Facebook as well as YouTube. Borrell is B-O-R-E-L. And I would be happy if you drop me a line as well at michelleborrelltt@gmail.com. And you can also check out my website, www.michelleborrell.com. Author, marketer, and very happy to be your coach. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much for this invitation. Thank you.
Wow, wow. That was profound. Eric, I'm going to push because no one is going to do it for me. Michelle, I'm gonna drop the E and go. I think the ego topic, it needs the whole day, like the whole day discussion. And oh my goodness, slow-mo. I'm gonna try and shoot for the moon, because if I miss, I will fall in the stars. Wow, that was amazing. This is such a good day with the right people, right mindset, only quality people. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. And it's so funny today we don't have any questions, but I believe the silence, it means we are on the right direction. So thank you so much to our viewers online. Thank you so much for joining us today at Rise to Greater Heights Network. I know we usually host this on Thursdays, but we've actually switched to Wednesdays. So now you'll be seeing us on Wednesday at the same time, same place. I believe that you've been inspired, motivated, and ready to rise to greater heights. So please do join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you. Merci. Siyabonga.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
That was awesome. Thank you
Thank
very much.
you. Thank you.
Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody sweat the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as I'm